from my perspective, critical race theory is literally a conceptual framework that academics talked about. And the key piece that I think most people miss about the definition of critical race theory is intersectionality. The theory and the conceptual framework originally was talking about the intersection of race and law and how our systems, or the systems of oppression, the systems of racism, the systems of injustice, and intersectionality of race predicts two different outcomes.
Yes.
And it's also something that documents history and how we as a society have actually played out oppressive behavior or oppressive work or language or policies and intersected with races, specifically around men and people of color.
I love it. So that's the piece that I never, ever, ever hear anybody talking about. I never hear anybody talking about the fact that this is about the law. And that was part of the origins of critical race theory, is people who were not just studying race and systemic interventions, but also people who were studying law.
Absolutely.
And how law is disproportionately negatively impacting certain populations.
Yes.
And thus this whole body of academic literature and knowledge has come to play. But now it seems like, in today's society, people are just kind of throwing the language around and misusing it in ways that are incredibly kind of uninformed, but also really dangerous. It's like people are weaponizing this language.
Yes. Well, I think part of the weaponization is a part of oppression and the oppressive system, because critical race theory also talks about history. And as far as oppression is concerned and the oppressor's history, being able to have a conversation about critical race theory means that people have to reconcile our history and our past as a country, as a society, as well as how we have created laws intentionally to be very different, to marginalize people, to keep voices quiet, to minimize people's voice, their life, their activities, but really to continue to have an oppressive system in place.